All right, hey guys, after that last performance, I really have to take a little bit of time and talk with you guys about Toa Maile, who really is our star player here so far this season. As you can see, we have a game in hand. We're in third place, 11 points. Ilau and Tomata, once again, are undefeated at the beginning of the season. And unfortunately, this time around, we're not going to be able to steal away their best player. And the reason why is because their best player is a player who played for us previously. Which is a problem. We're not going to be able to get, for example, Alpha to come to our team because, which is kind of what we did before when they were playing well, because he was on our team before. We could go after Paul Felice, who unfortunately is inconsistent. I'm not going to do it. I'm not signing any more inconsistent players. I don't care how good their team is. I know that we can beat them if we face them directly. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to talk about this guy. Toa Maile is an absolutely amazing player. This guy is just crazy, crazy good. I know about the personality. I know that he's fickle. Right, Fickle's not one of those great personalities, and he does have some issues with his professionalism. But man, this guy has been absolutely amazing for us. You look at his career statistics, and so first of all, we look at this. He's 17 years old, right? That means that his first season in 2022, he was 15, a new gen. He scored 30 goals in 18 appearances, had 9 player of the matches, and got an 8.27 rating. The next season, remember, we went to the 2-striker setup, so I had him playing usually as the deep-lying forward, and the reason why is because Maile has this tendency, as we saw in today's match, to sort of head the ball up and forward to the invisible ghost player in front of him, and I thought, well, let me take advantage of that. Because of that, he only had 7 goals and 13 appearances because he wasn't really the main goal scorer of the team. Even still, he got 2 player of the matches and 7.39 rating, which is excellent. He was the best striker in our team by far. And so far this season, 4 appearances, 10 goals in 4 appearances, which is just out of this world. 3 player of the matches. And when we go over here and we look at his form, 1, 2, 3 perfect 10s so far this season. I mean, this guy is just on fire. This is an amazing player. This is one of those players you dream about, right? He had an XG by himself of 1.86 against Royal Puma. I think he had a higher XG than their entire team. That's the sort of player that Maile is. This guy is just simply incredible. So if you haven't looked at this before, and I haven't made such a big deal out of it this time so far in the save, he's actually originally from El Paso, Texas, so he was born in the United States, which makes him a real interesting player for a Football Manager. Now, this isn't a real player, right? But if you're thinking about this in terms of like if this guy were real, this would be fascinating because this guy might be good enough. I don't know, maybe could have some argument for competing on the U.S. national team. Maybe not. Maybe would have some way of playing in the United States, but instead decided to go to American Samoa and play in a completely amateur team. And he's made it to the American Samoa national team. In fact, he has 4 caps and a goal. We go look at that. Let's see if we can figure out how he's done. Yeah, so I don't know how American Samoa has been doing. Maybe we will look at this as part of this, but in his most recent match against the Cook Islands, he scored his goal, got a 7.4 rating, and then they decided not to use him against Papua New Guinea. I mean, don't ask me what it is that the American Samoa coach is thinking. I don't know, right? But Maile is definitely a very, very high-quality player, and this is the sort of guy that we really want to see we really want to see in American Samoa, that's for sure, since we're over here around the 192nd ranking in the world, down from 187th when the save started. Yeah, we could see a little bit more from him. Of course, you can see that they beat Kiribati in the friendlies. That's pretty good, but they lost to Samoa, lost to Tonga, or drew with Tonga, sorry, then lost to the Cook Islands. That's not so good, guys. Yeah, we'll go back and look here and see if we can find one of those matches that he scored in. And there he is. He's scoring for the Cook Islands. So he hasn't even been selected, even though he's been tearing the league apart. I don't understand what the coach is thinking or what they see or whatever. Yeah, in the Cook Islands, when Maile scored, it was part of this 3-3 draw. And that was a pretty impressive draw, I would say, on our side. We're doing okay in the friendlies, but as always, when it comes to the actual matches, we don't play so well. This guy, Poli, is one of these guys who I have my eyes on, and I mean, we can always take a look and see if we can't pick him up somehow. Now, see, they actually want money for him. That's a problem because I don't think that we can actually pay money since we have no transfer budget. And so we're not going to be able to get Poli, unfortunately, which is a shame. Who's he playing for, by the way? He's playing for ADT in the Philippines. That's what's going on. So they picked him up on a free from Utale. And this is one of the problems that you have in Football Manager when you're playing with a completely amateur team, which is that the bigger nations can come over and steal your good players away if they find out who they are. We'll see if that happens for us and for Maile. But yeah, Maile, fluent in English, good Spanish, had his international debut last season. It's been a little while since he's played internationally, and it'd be nice to see him again. Loves being here. He's not really part of a social group. He doesn't really have that sort of dressing room presence, but it's okay. His actual playing time, it says his regular starter is actually going to be more like star player. He's happy with that, of course, and the reason why is because he's just a good player. Now, when you look at this guy and you look at his attributes, you're going to think, well, why is he good? I mean, he doesn't have finishing, doesn't have good long shots, doesn't really have good technique. None of this stuff is really all that great. Well, the reason why, honestly, is because he's got this acceleration, good movement off the ball. He tends to be match fit. He's got good balance, which I guess counts for something, and he's got that jumping reach, which has helped him with some of those headers, right? That's really what's going on now. He only plays in one position. He's, again, peripheral figure in the squad, not too much going on there, and doesn't really pass that well. But it's fine. We don't need him to. We just need him to go up there and score goals, and this is the reason why this guy is the best player that we have by far. And so we'll see what happens here in the future, right? Unfortunately, there is a good chance that at some point in time he'll be taken off of us by one of these teams like in the Philippines or Thailand or something like that. But for the moment, we can enjoy him while he lasts and hope that we can continue to see him score these goals. This guy is probably one of the most amazing new gens I've had in any Football Manager save. I mean, this guy is amazing, absolutely amazing. Don't need him to be a model citizen because as long as he can keep doing what he's doing and scoring these goals, we're absolutely fine with it. And he's going to keep playing matches, and we'll see how many goals we can get out of him. So if we really want to close up this gap and see some of the Champions League again, we need to rest on the arms of Maile. And we'll see what happens here as we move forward. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.